What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. And today I want to go over another one of those funny teams that, if at full potential, they could have demolished the league. And the 2005-06 Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, they weren't the Anaheim Ducks yet, might be one of the only cap teams to make this look this good. Now, I'm looking for a pen to point with. So Brian Burke becomes GM after the ownership changes from Disney to the Samuelis, who I believe are still the owners. In real time, they went 43, 27, and 12, 98 points, third in the Pacific, number 6th in the West, and they lose in the conference final to Edmonton. It was a pretty underdog. They were the 6th seed. Edmonton was 8th. So yeah, 14 trades were made during this regular season, or just from the start of the year when trades could be made from the start of the free agency up until the trade deadline. 14 trades, and only one of them was an actual in-game player swap. So the gain during the season was Travis Moen, Sean O'Donnell, Francois Beauchemin. There's an asterisk next to it, which we'll get back to. They lost Keith Carney, Sandis Osulich, Peter Sikora, Sergei Fedorov, Craig Adams, Mike LeClaire, and Steve Ruchin. If they don't trade, the reason there's also an asterisk to Fedorov because Fedorov and Beauchemin were traded for each other. If it was Fedorov to Columbus for Beauchemin and some other things that weren't that important. But Beauchemin, for the sake of this, I think Fedorov being the better player, even at 35, 36 years old, Beauchemin is not part of this, but I'm just marking that. So, although he would be exactly what this team needed, just not for Fedorov, like literally anything else. So, we have the lines here. On the first line, I did this by just by points, basically points and position. Like there weren't many left wingers, so once again I had to go in through centers and to see if I can make everything fit. So on the first line we have Kunitz, Chris Kunitz, Andy McDonald, Teemu Solani, no issue there. Kunitz had a really good season that year. He was a rookie. I think that was his rookie year. And there were 4 big rookies on this Anaheim team. It was Chris Kunitz, Corey Perry, Ryan Getzlaf, Dustin Penner. So on the second line here, we have Mike LeClaire, Sergei Fedorov, Peter Sikora, all of which were traded during the regular season. And then we move on to the third line with Ryan Getzlaf, Joffrey Lupul, and Corey Perry. Lupul would be gone by the time they won the Cup the next season. He would leave, and I believe he'd either be traded or free agency. And then on the fourth line, you had Todd Marchand, Sammy Paulson, Rob Niedermeyer. And on the extras, you had Travis Moen, Dustin Penner, Steve Ruchin, and Craig Adams. This 4 group is one of the best. This might be one of the best cap era groups I've ever seen. Only thing that makes this better is if Paul Kariya was a career Mighty Duck or career Duck, because he would have been right up here with instead of Kunitz. Kunitz drops down, LeClaire drops down, Getzlaf drops down, and Marchand is probably the odd one out, and he sits here. And he had a very good season, and he was already a veteran at this point. On defense, you don't have Pronger yet, but you have Scott Niedermeyer, Sandis Osulich. Osulich was traded during the regular season. Sorry, I heard something funny. Ruslan Saleh and Sean O'Donnell. They acquired O'Donnell at the deadline this season. It was just draft picks. They traded a lot of draft picks, and a lot of the players they got back were not good. A lot of the players they got back did not play. That's why I questioned what Brian Burke was doing half the time. And so yeah, you have Sean O'Donnell, Ruslan Saleh, and then on the third pair you have a very good veteran defenseman in Keith Carney and Wisniewski, younger defenseman. He played a good few seasons in the NHL. And in net, your most solidified position, Jean-Sebastian Jaguar and Ilya Bryzgalov, no problem there. So yeah, an extra for defense would be DiPenta. He stepped in when Pronger would get suspended. He was basically the 7th defenseman for those 06-07 Ducks. But yeah, if you look at this group, if you have these, you have 12 here, if you have 16 forwards. Or if that's not a Stanley Cup caliber team, I'm not sure what is right here at these 16 forwards. Having a good, maybe instead of Carney or Wisniewski, having Beauchemin, that would probably help since Carney was older. Wisniewski, bottom 2 defenseman. Preferably, you'd want Beauchemin up here. Saleh was traded also during Saleh, Carney, Wisniewski, Fedorov, Leclerc, Sikora, Ruchin, Adams. They were all traded during this year. They were all traded for either picks or just players that did not work out here. And yet these teams still went to a conference final, even with losing the amount of talent that this line alone brought. Sikora, Fedorov, Leclerc, Ozolic. Soleil was a good defenseman. Carney, Wisniewski. Carney brought veteran leadership. Carney was an assistant captain. Ruchin was an assistant captain. They made Scott Niedermeyer the captain coming out of when he was brought in. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to show for this one. It's just one of those how good could the 2005-06 Ducks could have been. Very good. I think they could have easily won the Pacific Division. They could have taken over Dallas, who I believe finished, I want to say second or third. Wasn't first, that was Detroit. Second or third. Colorado was 7th. Edmonton was 8th. Believe it was second. Yeah, because Calgary was 3rd. And they were upset by Colorado, who was 7th, but very good 7th seed. And all my markers are falling down. But yeah, so against this team probably would have won the Pacific Division. Probably would have played, I want to say Colorado? No, maybe. No, it would just be moved down. So it would be whoever the 5th seed probably was, that's probably who they'd play. And so yeah, that's really all I just wanted to share here. I just wanted to do a quick video. Been busy schedule this week, so I want to get, if it's a short video, it's a short video. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Tell me down below, do you think the 2005-06 Ducks could have won the Stanley Cup if they just did not have Brian Burke as GM, possibly? Of course, the moves they would make, some of them would lead to, such as the Boschman one, would lead to the Stanley Cup that they would win in 2007. Bringing in Chris Pronger or trading for him the next season would help very much so. But a lot of these pieces would be gone. This entire line, these two, Lupul, Ozolic, Soleil, Wisniewski, Carney. So yeah, a lot of players would be gone, but it is what it is, and they still got their cup anyway, so I'm sure they're happy with the way things turned out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I should see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.